Hi, welcome to Cardio Bar. I'm Tracy. We'll get started in just a minute or two to see if anybody's going to log on. I won't have music just because it does seem to interfere with me speaking and with copyright reasons with YouTube. But if you have your own music, that would be awesome. And hope you guys can all see me. And if you have 2 to 3 pound weights, 5 pounds if you're super ambitious, you can also just use your own body weight. That works. And I'm going to go ahead and get started. Okay, we'll start with a warm up. We're just going to go into a gentle squat, a little wider, pressing those knees out. Your knees should be tracking between your toes. Just really pressing that tailbone down. Feel free to join me at any time. Sometimes I know when you first log on, you just want to watch from the couch. And then eventually feel a little more ambitious. Should be starting to get a little warmed up. Nice work. Let's go into a little more narrow squat and really press that booty back. This is almost like we're sitting in a chair. Our chest still stays lifted the whole time. We really want a neutral spine. Bracing that core. Really digging through those heels as you press up. Can you feel the activation throughout your glutes and your quads? Making sure that core is pulled in tight. Looking good. Our knees are still tracking between our toes. We have a few more here, and then we'll step back with your left leg for a lunge. Last one. We're going to step back and open up, and then with the other leg. Again, really finding our range. That back knee should be going straight down. The front knee comes to 90. These dynamic movements, you should be starting to feel it. At any time, if this is too much, feel free just to come into a squat. Let's stay out in that lunge. And let's just twist towards our left side. Little spinal twist there. Let's go to the other one. And twist towards that front leg. Really feeling that stability and the twist in the spine. Nice work. Let's just roll through our spine real quick. Pressing those hips back. Give me one more. Just really doing one vertebrae at a time. Pressing that butt back. Feeling a great stretch. Go ahead and pick up your weights. We're going to go into one of my favorites. We're going to do a transverse lunge. And this time when we come up, we're going to go into a form of tree, but really making sure not to put weight on that knee, on the standing leg, but really working on our balance on this. Maybe going a little slower than we usually do. Nice work. Really squeezing everything as we come up. You can feel that your abs activate to stabilize your body. Really pressing that booty back on the transverse lunge so we protect our knee. Really always trying to maintain our best posture. Looking good. Squeeze. Maybe hold here for an extra second if that feels good. Again, not putting pressure on that knee. We'll have one more here. And then let's go reach out to our lunge. We are going to put all our weight into the standing leg, and we're just going to lift. Keep making sure that that knee is tracking forward, that we're not leaning into our left side, trying to keep that nice upright position. Maybe getting a little deeper into that squat on the standing leg. That should really make you feel it. And if you're ready for that accelerator, feel free just to lift and not tap the ground. Looking really good. You should be feeling this. Let's just do little pulses at the top. Really small movement, but our standing glute should be really feeling this. Let's give ourselves a little cardio burst. Let's sit here and drive that knee in. Can you join me for that? Really pushing, driving the knee, maybe even getting a little lower if you can. Let's do about 10 more seconds of this. You got it. We're almost there. Come on, friends. You can do it. Good job. Shake it out a little bit. Let's go ahead and work to our other side. Again, we're going to do that transverse lunge. Really pushing that booty back. Only go as low as it feels good, where you can maintain that good posture. You might have one stronger leg. It's a little better at balancing. Maybe balancing isn't your thing today. Maybe you just want to come here and drag that foot in. And that's okay. You're showing up for yourself. You're working out on a beautiful day. We're staying as healthy as possible. Maybe try to stay here for a second, working on that balance, really activating that core, squeezing the shoulder blades together for the upright row, maintaining that good posture with a little tuck of the chin. And keeping our chest lifted and our core activated. Woo! Last one. We'll stay out in that transverse lunge. Again, we're going to shift all our weight to our right leg. We're just going to do little lifts. Really making sure that that knee is tracking forward. Our toes pointed. Our hips staying aligned. You guys are looking good. A few more here. Again, feel free just to float that leg. Never giving that standing leg any relief. And again, if it feels good to go deeper, we press that booty back a little bit more. That's going to make it a little bit harder. A few more and we'll pulse at the top. Let's go ahead, pulse. You got it. This is hard. That standing leg should be on fire. That's what we want. Strong glutes. Few more. 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to go into our cardio burst. Again, driving that knee in. We're going to have 20 seconds of these. Make it bigger if you'd like. Feel free also just to hold it right here. These are hard. 5 more. You got it. Shake it out. Looking good. We're going to go into a narrow squat. We're going to be going down and just up, just pressing back, just to kind of flush out our legs. Again, knees should be tracking between your toes. Your chest stays lifted. Your core is braced. Your booty is going straight back. Trying to bring those thighs to 90. You guys are looking good. Couple more here. Last one. Let's bring the weights into heart center. We are going to do heel lifts right here. Left, right, left, right. Looking good. Can you go a little deeper? These are hard. You should be feeling these in your quads, your glutes, your calves. Let's bring both heels up and down. Up, down. Keep going. This is how we should look. Nice work. You should be feeling these. Let's go 4 more and let's hold at the top. Last one. I hope you're shaking. Hold. Hold. Can you get a little deeper for me? Hold. This is looking so good. If it's not shaking, it's not working. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. Looking so good, team. Let's take it to the floor for a minute. Get our heart rate back up. We are going to do jack climbers. We're going to start in our plank, shoulders over wrist. Your butt should be tucked in. Kidneys are lifted. And sometimes just pushing forward about an inch. Really make sure that you're in the right position. We're going to jump out. Knees go under hips. Out again and in. Find your range and your speed. You don't need to bring your knees in too far. We want them stacked under the hips. And start going at your own speed. Nice work. Give me about 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6. You can just do plank jacks if you prefer that, or stay in plank. 3, 2, 1. Really good. Let's go ahead and go into first position. Our ankles should be glued in tight. And you can just stay here and do a plie. If you'd like a challenge, you can come up onto the balls of your feet, then bring your feet together, really locking in those ankles. And we're gonna go to gold post right here. And we're gonna do overhead presses. So I'm gonna go like this. Again, squeezing everything into the midline as we come up. Making sure that those shoulders stay away from the ears. Pressing those knees so that they're tracking in between those toes. And our tailbone is tucked. So we can really squeeze as we come up. You're squeezing with me, bringing those calves, those thighs, everything's coming together. Squeeze your glutes as you come up. Looking good. Let's stay out in that goal post. And we're going to be coming in and out. So we can just press our knees out as we do this. Out. Out. Just staying in this plie. You guys are looking so good. We only press our knees out. Chest stays lifted. Tailbone is tucked. 4 more. Last one. Go ahead and release that. Let's get down to the ground. We're going to do what's called bar burpees. We start off in plank. We have one foot come forward to a squat, the other foot comes forward, and then we press through and do our squat. Join me in a plank. We're going to bring one foot towards a hand, the other one in. We press up, and then we do the same thing. Go ahead and find your own speed. If you don't like this, you can go ahead and go to a plank, either on your toes or on your knees. We'll have a few more here, and then we'll go ahead and add a jump and a push-up. You guys are looking so good. You guys showed up for yourselves. Let's go ahead and add that jump. Landing soft on our knees. Coming down here and doing a push-up. Hands stay wide for that push-up. Elbows go back slightly. Go at your own pace. Whatever feels good for you. Today, if you need to come down on your knees, that's awesome. It still works. One more. And then let's go ahead and pick up those weights. Okay. We're going to be parallel a little distance, probably about a hip width apart. We're going to go ahead and put all our weight on that standing leg, our right leg. And we are going to pull in and then squeeze back for triceps. Again. So we have a narrow row here. We're loading up that front leg. If you want to work on your balance today, feel free to float that leg, which makes it a lot harder. Keeping that neck long by looking about 3 to 6 feet ahead of you. Keeping those shoulders away from your ears. And if you want to just do a gentle press up with the leg, maybe go a little faster, that works. Make sure that that hip on your left side stays squared and in line with the other one. Couple more here. And then let's just keep the weights up. We're just going to do little lifts. So they should be hugging your rib cage. That hip should be in line with the other one. We're just pointing that toe. Our standing leg should be feeling this. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. Let's do 20 seconds of mountain climbers. Again, wrist under shoulders, butt tucked in. Maybe press forward an inch, and here we go. Really driving that knee in. Getting that heart rate up. You got 10 more seconds. You got it. Stay with me. All done. You're gonna pick up our weights. We're gonna load up the left leg. Again, putting all our weight on that, keeping our hips squared. We're gonna go ahead, bring the weights parallel, and we're gonna do reverse flies. Now, I really wanna make sure and load up that front leg. So I'm gonna get a little deeper into it. Chest stays lifted. Spine is long and neutral. Squeezing the shoulder blades together. If you're ready for it, feel free to float that leg, making sure that your hips are still in alignment. Feel these. Really working on that stability. We have all our stabilizers working for us right now. You guys are looking so good. Couple more here. Let's just do that little lift where we pulse it. If that doesn't feel good, feel free to bring the weights right here. Really making sure that those hips are staying together. You guys are looking so good. Nice work. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake it out a little bit. Let's do 20 seconds of mountain climbers. This one really works. Let's get right into it. You're almost there. 5 more seconds. Done. Let's go ahead and get on the floor. Let's work on a little core. So meet me in boat if you're ready. And we're just going to, you can bring the weights right here if you want weights. You can lose the weights and just tap our toes. If you want an intensifier, we can go from side to side, working on those obliques at the same time. Really working everything. You can also, and then pull it in. Come out, pull it in. Out, whichever one works for your body today. Go ahead and do 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Let's roll over and do plank jacks. We still want to keep our heart rate up for the full 30 minutes. You can go on your hands if that hurts your wrist. You can come out here. Looking good. Five more seconds. Woo. Nice work. We're going to go ahead and go into tabletop. Wrist under shoulders, your hips over your knees. If you want an intensifier, go ahead and put that weight behind your knee. If you have a ball, that works too. We're going to do scorpion tails, pointing that knee, only going as far as we feel that glute catch. Just lifting. You shouldn't feel it in our lower back. If you do, you're going too far. This next one we're going to hold at the top. We're going to cross over, still keeping our hips in alignment, and back. Cross and back. Really still keeping everything stable and strong. Pressing that shin into the mat. The arm that's doing the lifting, you should be putting extra weight into that hand to stabilize you. Couple more here, and let's just pulse at the top. Pulse. Really just a small movement. Really should just be pushing up. Squeeze, squeeze. You got it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A little puppy pose if you'd like. Let's just do a few more plank jacks just to keep our heart rate up the whole time. Out, in, out, in. You got it. Maybe shift forward a little bit onto those wrists to make sure you're in alignment. Keeping that butt in line with your back. 5 more. You got it. Last one. Other side. Put that weight behind your left knee. Again, shoulders over wrist, knees under hips, and we're just going to lift and lower. Really finding that range where you feel your glute catch. Making sure that you're not lifting that hip. And we do that by keeping our hips in alignment. not letting it shift open, really keeping them together until that glute catches. Four more, and we'll bring it to the side. Last one. We're just going to go over and back. Still keeping those hips in alignment. You should feel your abs stabilize. Let me turn that timer off. Keep going. Back and forth. Going to the side. Four more, and we'll pulse at the top. 3, 2, 1, and let's just pulse. So really small movement. Your knees naturally going to want to come down due to gravity, so we're really just pulsing up, up, up. Our hips are squared. We're so strong. If it feels better in your forearms, go ahead. Whatever works for you. Let's do 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's just do one small glute series. I just love these so much. I can really feel them here. Knees stacked, hips on top of each other, ankles together. Go ahead and add that intensifier if you'd like. And we're just going to open and close, keeping those heels locked in. Everything's stacked, so we're not rolling forward or back. If you feel better coming down here, that works. And when you're ready, go ahead and lift those ankles off the mat, rug, floor, wherever you're at. We're just opening and closing, really feeling that glute activation. A few more here, and we'll just pulse at the top. Go ahead and pulse for me. Pulse. Just really squeezing, just pushing up, up, up. You got it. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. You got to do the other side. Again, stacking. We'll go right into it. I hope you guys are all doing some sort of self-care for yourselves, whatever that is. See a lot of people baking. Going on extra walks. We've had amazing weather. In Seattle, we never know how long that's going to last. Let's just pulse at the top. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Really squeezing on the way up. Up, up, up. 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm just going to do a couple core movements. If you want to go ahead and join me, if you want to use your weights, we're going to go ahead and bring them to our forehead. Our elbows are going to be tucked in. Our lower back is going to be pressed into the mat, floor, ground, whatever it is. And our knees, we're just going to come up into this little crunch, just bringing our knees stacked above our hips. Again, crunch and tapping our toes. Really keeping that lower back pressed in. You don't want to use the weights, that's fine. You can either have your hands at your temples, gently behind your neck to support it, whatever feels good. Or you could just be bringing the knees in and keeping the other upper body onto the mat. Let's just do a couple more here, and then we're going to crunch. Last one. Now let's stay at the top, and let's just crunch, crunch, crunch. Just really squeezing everything in. Small movement, just really pressing together, shortening that space. Let's do 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just one more movement. Let's open those legs a little bit. We are going to bring the weights. We're just going to go up towards the center, then towards the front, to the center, to the back. Really squeezing on the way up. Pressing that lower back in. Let's just do a few more here. And then you're done with your Friday workout. Last set. Let's put the weights down. Bring our legs into butterfly. Opening up those hips. You guys did so good. Thank you so much for joining me. Just a quick pigeon to stretch through that hip flexor, your glute. Let's do the other side. This is a favorite part of the workout. Well, thank you so much for joining me. Make sure to take care of yourselves. And I will see you tomorrow, Saturday, noon. If you can't be here at that time, they are posted and you can catch it later. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.